Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video we'll see how to do port forwarding on FortiGate Firewall or configure the DNAT or destination net. So in our last video we have seen how to configure source net on the FortiGate Firewall or SNet. So basically SNet is for internal users. If internal users wants to connect to the internet IP or the public IP, then only we configure the SNet or source net. Okay. And for DNAT or destination net, when it comes to the picture, like when internet users or external users wants to connect to our servers, okay, our servers which doesn't have public IP. So in this DMG segment you can see like we have four server 172.16.1.1 2 3 4, and suppose from internet if one user wants to connect 1.4 1.3 1.2, so they cannot connect directly. Okay, they need public IP to connect. Okay, so we will use DNAT over there. Okay, so DNAT helps internet users to connect to our server. Okay, also it hides our server original IP address. Okay, so let's understand with practical. Just logging into the firewall. So suppose you have got one requirement. Okay, so your boss wants this is our Windows server and telnet is enabled on this server. Okay, so suppose your management wants like this server internet user should get access of this server. Okay, and for that you need to assign one public IP address to this server. Okay, and if you know, we already have public subnet. So this you can say our public subnet. Okay, so from service provider, we have taken this subnet for our internet IPs, or this is the public subnet we have taken from the our service provider, and we have already utilized one IP here, which is triple dot 133. Okay, so if and all the IPs are free. Okay, so you can use any IPs for this server. So suppose I'm taking here like 192.168. uh, as I mentioned in my last video also, this is the private subnet, but uh, in this lab you assume this is the public subnet. Okay, because again this is getting netted with public IP from my home Wi-Fi router. Okay, so just to understand in this lab, you can assume like this is the public subnet. So I am taking this IP for this server. Okay. And what is the port here? 23. 23 is port for telnet. So your boss wants, or you get request from user that This should work from internet also for all users on the internet on the port 23. Okay. So how do you configure this policy? First, we will go to the virtual IPs. Okay, and create virtual IP here and just give name. Virtual IP is nothing but we are configuring destination net here or DNAT. So what would be the external IP? This is our external IP and this would be our internal IP. Interface you can keep it any or you can specific port which is intended. So traffic is coming from internet only, internet port only. So you have to select port 4. Okay, because internet user will access this server. Okay, you can just click on OK. So right now we have just configured the web. But if you see here in the reference, it is showing 0. So it is not mapped with any policy as of now. So just create the policy as well. Go to the firewall policy, create new from internet to win server. Okay, incoming internet, outgoing DMG, source any because we want for all users on the internet. So that is why we have to select any here or all. Destination, we have created the web, so we will select our web here. Service, telnet, we will disable the netting. Okay, because this is source net and this is destination net, which for which we have configured web. So our rule is already created. Now let's try to ping from internet. So I won't be able to ping, okay, because ping is not allowed. Let's try, okay. So ping is not allowed. So let's try telnet. Okay, guys, I think telnet server is not installed here. Just see the logs. Okay, so if you see the logs here, okay, my source IP is this. Assume this is the internet IP, and it's getting properly netted. Okay, this is the our DNAT IP or VIP, and this is the original server IP, and port is 23, and it's taking the correct policy. Okay, sorry guys, from internet to Win server policy ID 6, but still we are not able to telnet. Okay, why? Because suppose if you are not managing this server, okay, so you have opened the request and but user is saying user is not able to telnet, and you check the logs and you are saying to user that you are able to see the logs, okay, and traffic is passing successfully from the firewall. So what you can do here, okay, you can also check whether port is enabled on this server or not from firewall itself, because this is directly connected with your firewall. So you just go to the firewall CLI telnet 172.16.1.4.23. See, from firewall also you are not able to telnet. So you can tell to server team if server is managed by different team, you can tell to them, or if server is managed by users, you can tell to user that I am not able to telnet from firewall itself. Okay, telnet command is just to check uh, port connectivity. Okay, whether port is open or not on the server. For that we will use telnet command, and the in the last we'll mention the port number. So it is saying fail to connect to the specified unit. Okay, so you can give this output to user or server team for a as a proof, and you can tell them, boss, this port is not allowed on the server itself. Okay, so it's not my issue, it's a server issue. So now we will just go to this server and we will see if we can allow the telnet server here. I am not sure, guys, if we can allow management monitoring. Okay, leave it now. We will just enable ping on the firewall and we'll check whether ping is working or not. Okay, so just allow ICMP and try to ping. So from internet, we have to ping NAT IP, which we have configured for our server. Okay. So, if you receive this request from user, so just provide NAT IP to the NAT IP to user and ask them to use NAT IP. Okay, for connecting this server. So you can see like I'm getting the response. Okay, see, I can see logs here. So this is the destination net or DNAT. And if you have to configure multiple DNAT in this sequence, like you get request like you have to configure DNAT for all the IPs for dot 1, dot 2, dot 3, dot 4. Okay, so like this you have to configure dot 4, dot 3, dot 2, dot 1. So here also you can take uh, range of IP in a sequence. If you take in a sequence, then you can configure just okay, I cannot delete this. Why? Because in the reference it is showing 1. Okay, so until unless you remove WIF from this policy, you won't be able to delete this one. Okay, so let's remove or let's delete this policy as of now. Okay, now in the reference it is showing 0. Now delete this one. Now virtual IP. VIP 427 and 124 like this I'm giving or okay. You can give any name here. If this doesn't look nice, then just give it like this. And you can mention this range here in the external and here for 4567. 4567. Okay. So in the external IP range, we have to mention the range here for public IP 4567. We have mentioned the range. And in map address, you just have to mention the starting IP. The end IP, it will automatically take as per this range. Okay. And what it will do, first IP, it will bind always with first IP of public IP. Okay. So here first IP is dot 4 and here dot 1. So automatically it will bind dot 4 with dot 1, dot 5 with dot 2, dot 6 with dot 3. Like this, it will map the IP. Okay. So if you have four IP that is in sequence, you can configure only one WIP. Okay, you don't need to configure multiple WIPs. Okay, if IPs are in sequence. Okay, so just I have just created the WIP and now create the rule above from internet to DMG servers. Incoming interface internet because traffic is coming from internet. Outgoing DMG source all because this is for internet users. Okay. So in internet we have all dynamic IPs. So and as the user requested, we have to allow it for all users. Destination we have to select a specific WIP which we have configured. Service whatever user has requested like telnet or SSH, you have to select that specific service. But now, for testing purpose, I am just allowing ICMP. Okay. NAT, you have to disable it because we are doing configuration of DNAT here. So we don't have to, again do source NAT and enable this policy. Now, just try to ping. I guess all four servers are up, so I should be able to ping now. Dot 4, I am able to ping. Dot 5, I am able to ping. Dot 6, I am able to ping. Dot 7, I am able to ping. So all four IPs are working. So it means our DNAT policy is working fine. Okay, you can see. Dot 7, it was the last IP and it is already mapped with 1.4 automatically. Okay, so as per sequence, it will map the IP. Dot 6 is mapped with dot 3. Like this, you can configure the DNAT on FortiGate Firewall. I hope this topic is clear now. but still, if you have any doubt or curious, you can just comment, mention in the comment section. If I get time, and if it is possible for me, I will try to reply you on the comment itself. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.